Okay, so thank you, Karen, and everybody for watching. So I'm going to demonstrate using the movie technique, which is also referred to as the tell the story technique. And the main outcome we want is that you can relay this memory that you've got, that you know there's distress in there, and feel calmer about it. And it's less in your focus. You don't feel as bothered, basically, because we're clearing the stress around what's happened. Now, the main thing that I really need to get clear of with the steps here is if you were to just think about this briefly without going into the details, what number of intensity do you think you would give it out of 10, Karen?
Maybe a 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So we'll just take the edge off a little bit so that you're more comfortable. And I'd like you to now also give it a title. So I don't want a triggering title. It can be like a silly title.
Yep, I'll just say stolen money.
Stolen money. So is that triggering you when you say that? Because it might. You see how my point is that I don't want people to get really into it too soon.
Yes, no, I don't think it's...
You're all right with that. Some people might not, but if you're saying you're okay, that's fine. So all we're going to do, Karen, is we're actually just going to take the edge off. So we don't need to do a setup statement. And that's partly because we might get into it too much then. And the idea is I want you to just feel more comfortable sharing it. Remember, just tapping around the points will calm you anyway. So we're going to just start and see how we go. Once we've done a few rounds to take the edge off, so we want to bring it down to about a 5 before we get into the details. I'm going to be asking you to, while you narrate this event, anytime you feel any intensity of any emotions, I want you to say, yeah, I can feel something now. You may just keep going because that's what often people do. My job is to notice how you are, and I might notice things in your body language. So I will be interrupting you quite a bit.
Okay.
All right, so just before we begin, Karen, let's just take a moment to just center yourself, take a few nice breaths in and out. And then opening your eyes when you're ready. And we're literally just going to start tapping the top of the head. And we're just going to say, this memory.
This memory.
Eyebrow point. This stolen money memory.
This stolen money memory.
Side of the eye. I have this memory. It's like a movie.
I have this memory. It's like a movie.
Under the eye. I'll go there when I feel calmer.
I'll go there when I feel calmer.
Under the nose. I have a movie in my mind.
I have a movie in my mind.
Tapping the chin. I've called it stolen money.
I've called it stolen money.
Collarbone. I choose to feel calm to go there.
I choose to feel calm to go there.
Under the arm. This movie I've got called Stolen Money.
This movie I've got called Stolen Money.
And tapping the ribs. Something that happened.
Something that happened.
We're just going to stop there. We've just literally done one very simple quick tap. So take a breath in and out. And just tell me what's the number again now. You said it when you thought about it briefly, it was a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, about a 6. About a 6.
We'll just do one more round, top of the head. Stolen money movie.
Stolen money movie.
This movie I have.
This movie I have.
Side of the eye. Choose to feel calm to talk about it.
Choose to feel calm to talk about it.
Under the eye. I have a movie.
I have a movie.
It's something that happened. Under the nose.
It's something that happened.
Tapping the chin. I choose to feel safe to talk about it.
I choose to feel safe to talk about it.
Collarbone. When I feel ready to talk about it.
When I feel ready to talk about it.
All right, under the arm. This stolen money movie.
This stolen money movie.
Good. We'll just tap on the ribs and take a nice breath in as you tap. Drop the shoulders, let it go. Let's just check in again on the number.
Oh, maybe a 5.
Good. So I just want to check. Does that mean you're comfortable to just start from the beginning of what happened?
Yes, I might even want to change the title a little.
Yeah, that's okay. Actually, we don't need the title. We don't need now.
Okay, good.
And we don't necessarily need to do a setup statement because you're feeling calmer. So we might come back to doing our setup statements when we get more information. But all I want you to do is actually start from the beginning. In a moment, the door's open. Sorry, the dog came in. I'll just shut the door because it's a bit noisy. So remember, your job, Karen, and mine is to ensure that we're not missing the opportunity to clear the stress out of this memory. So when you do feel anything, it's like, yeah, we'll tap on that and acknowledge that. So I'd just like you to start talking to me about what happened, and then we're just going to start clearing any reactions you have.
Okay, well, it goes back to my childhood, in my teenage years, and I'd had a bit of a fight with my sister or done something awful. So I threw a ball at her and hit her hard or whatever, and she'd gone crying to Dad, and my dad's go-to was always, right, I'm taking all your money off you.
I'm going to stop you already because there's a few things in there, even from the beginning. I threw a ball, I hit her really hard. How are you feeling at any of that? Is that okay? Is there any reaction when you recall that? No? She's
yes,
like,
I feel bad already.
Sorry?
Something horrible, yes.
Yeah, so that's the point. We need to just address it as we go. So what are you feeling right now? What's the emotion?
Yeah, I'm probably feeling guilt at the moment.
There you go. So let's, how strong is the guilt right now?
6.
Okay, we might do a quick setup statement because we've got information, even though I'm feeling guilty.
Even though I'm feeling guilty.
Do you feel that in your body anywhere, the guilt?
I feel it in my chest.
I love and honour myself anyway.
I love and honour myself anyway.
Even though I am still feeling guilty because I hit her hard with the ball.
Even though I'm still feeling guilty because I hit her hard with a ball.
And I feel it in my chest.
And I feel it in my chest.
I'm open to loving and accepting myself.
I'm open to loving and accepting myself.
I think we might just go straight to the top of the head now. All this guilt in my chest.
All this guilt in my chest.
Eyebrow. I feel guilty because I hit her hard.
I feel guilty because I hit her hard.
Side of the eye. All this guilt in my chest.
All this guilt in my chest.
Under the eye. I feel guilt in my chest. I hit her hard.
I feel guilt in my chest. I hit her hard.
Under the nose. You might want to open your eyes. I'm just doing this for the demonstration because some people, when their eyes close, they go too much into it. Are you okay to open your eyes and still feel it?
Yep.
Yeah, but you're okay. Tapping the chin. I feel guilty.
I feel guilty.
And I feel it in my chest.
And I feel it in my chest.
Under the arm. I threw a ball at my sister.
I threw a ball at my sister.
It was really hard. It hit her hard.
It was really hard. It hit her hard.
And I'm feeling guilt about that.
And I'm feeling guilt about that.
Tapping the ribs. I've carried this for a long time.
Carried this for a long time.
Let's just stop and take a breath in. Just notice how you're feeling. And now I'm just going to test, for the purpose of everybody watching, I'm just going to test that last little bit. Can you tell me what happened with the ball? And tell me how strong the guilt is. Just tell me, go back to the beginning. Just tell me again what happened.
I hit her hard with a ball.
And how strong is the guilt when you said that now?
4.
Good, you've halved it. Now, is there something else that you feel like you really want to tell me, or are you okay to do one more round on the guilt? I know there's more to the story.
No, that's fine. We can do more on the guilt.
Yeah, let's do that then. So because we're getting relief, we don't need to do a setup statement. We might actually just do the 9 gamut though. So look straight ahead, tap your hand on that point between the little finger, ring finger. Good. Inch away from your wrist, look straight ahead. Just be with that memory. Yeah, you were fooling around, you threw a ball really hard at your sister. You've got that image, that movie, just comfortably as you can be with it. Just say this guilt.
This guilt.
About what I did.
About what I did.
Hard down left. Look straight ahead. Look hard down right. Straight ahead. Gentle breath in and out. Let it go. Head still, eyes up to the ceiling. We're going to go round a clock as if it's in front of you. 6 o'clock's the floor. So we're going to go slowly as you connect to the remaining guilt. This remaining guilt.
This remaining guilt.
Can we say, I choose to let more go? Is that okay to say that?
Yep.
Okay, I choose to let more guilt go.
Choose to let more guilt go.
If there's anything else you want to add? No?
No.
Good, slowly round the clock. This remaining guilt.
This remaining guilt.
I choose to let it go now.
I choose to let it go now.
Good, this remaining guilt about hurting my sister.
This remaining guilt about hurting my sister.
It's over.
It's over.
I was little.
I was little.
I choose to let it go now.
Choose to let it go now.
Good, we've done 1 full circle of the clock. Relax your eyes, breathe in and out. Thinking about that memory when you got the ball and you threw it at her. And it was hard. How strong is the guilt now?
3, 2.
2 or 3. We'll just do the other way around. Eyes back up. And slowly anti-clockwise. What are you seeing as you go around the clock? Can you see yourself throwing the ball?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. This remaining guilt.
This remaining guilt.
About what I did.
About what I did.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go.
Is there anything else you want to say? Like, I love my sister, I didn't mean to hurt her. Is there anything you want to say?
I love my sister. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't mean to hurt her.
Yeah. Are you open to forgiving yourself?
Yes, I'm open to forgiving myself.
Good. Breathe in. Let it go. Is it still a 2 or a 3?
Yeah, I think it maybe 2 or a 1.
We might stop the 9 gamut there. Normally I like to finish it, but I'm just going to stop for a sec because I suspect that will just dissolve with more as we carry on. Feeling okay?
Yeah, yes, good.
You want to carry on with what else happened? Because you just started to also talk about your dad. So remember to tell me any peaks of emotion that you get about the next part of the story.
Okay, I think this really got to me because it was someone controlling me and taking away, I guess, almost like my freedoms, my right and my hard-earned money, and he would just take it from me.
Who took it from you?
My dad.
And what do you feel now about that? What's the emotion?
Fast heart rate, fear, I guess, fear.
Let's just immediately tap on that now. All this fear.
All this fear.
Eyebrow, my racing heart.
My racing heart.
Side of there, all this fear.
All this fear.
Under the eye, racing heart.
Racing heart.
Under the, this is my father.
This is my father.
Up in the chin, taking my money away.
Taking my money away.
Collarbone so abrupt.
Sorry, I missed that.
So abrupt.
So abrupt.
All this fear.
All this fear.
Good. Racing heart.
Racing heart.
I choose to release this fear.
I choose to release this fear.
Top of the head. I'm safe now.
I'm safe now.
Eyebrow point. This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
Side of the eye. It happened so suddenly.
It happened so suddenly.
And he was so cross, so quick.
He was so cross, so quick.
Under the nose. This remaining fear of my dad.
This remaining fear of my dad.
I want you to imagine just putting him in a bubble for a minute so he's not threatening you. Tapping the chin. Okay, I choose to let this fear go.
I choose to let this fear go.
Collarbone. It's over now.
It's over now.
You need to check in though. Do you feel under threat today by your dad?
No.
Okay, so you're not immediately under threat, because I do have to ask that because some people have still got that going on. Okay, so under the arm, this remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
How's your heart going? How's your heart feeling?
It's still heavy. Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Tapping your ribs, yeah, this heavy heart.
This heavy heart.
Can you talk about why your heart is heavy as you tap your ribs?
I think it does come down to fear, and I guess that was a lot of, my dad was a tough man, so there was always...
There's a lot to this, isn't there? There's lots of other bits of evidence.
Even though he was loving, he was still tough.
Okay. So in this moment, just for the purpose of our demonstration, because this could really go somewhere else, but and that's okay. I'm aware of wanting to help you in the now, and maybe it needs more work later. But in this now moment, when you think about that day, can you just repeat that, what happened again about the money? And let's just see what number of fear or feeling you have in your heart now.
Okay, my dad got angry and he took my money away.
How strong is the reaction out of 10 now of fear?
Maybe about 4.
Good. What was it at the beginning? I forgot to ask.
It would have been about 9.
You've more than halved it. That's really good. Is there anything else you want to add? Was there anything else that happened after that?
No, I think it was just more the uncertainty. Would he ever give it back again? Like, was it going to be taken forever? Was there a time?
Yeah.
Fear, questions.
Okay. Was it taken away forever? What was the end? What happened in the end?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Does it matter now that you remember or not?
No, not really.
Oh, I just wanted to check because we're going to bring this all together, because I know this could relate to other issues, but let's see. So back, and we might do a setup statement. Is that okay, Karen?
Yes.
So even though I still have this remaining fear.
Even though I still have this remaining fear.
About my dad.
About my dad.
Especially when I think about he took my money.
Especially when I think about he took my money.
He stole my money that day.
He stole my money that day.
Is there anything you're thinking that you want to add into this now that's linking to the now time in your life with money?
I think it's the control. It's the control. Someone's controlling over me, and perhaps the fear of not having enough in the future, like not being able to have enough money.
So this is where we're getting into the imprint of beliefs, you see, where it can be the root of. And tell me if you get any other emotions like sadness or whatever. You okay? You feeling a bit sad?
I was before when I was
okay.
Last round, yeah.
So right now it's still a 4 of fear. Is that the strongest emotion?
Yeah.
About not having enough or having your money taken away?
Yeah, not having enough now, I think.
Okay, so let's acknowledge this, because this could help you in the future. So even though this was really dramatic, what happened?
This was really dramatic, what happened.
And there were many times in our childhood when this kind of thing happened.
And there were many times in my childhood when this kind of thing happened.
Where I felt very controlled.
Where I felt very controlled.
I felt out of control.
I felt out of control.
I love and accept all of me anyway.
I love and accept all of me anyway.
So even though this happened when I was a teenager.
So even though this happened when I was a teenager.
And I either imprinted or re-imprinted a belief.
And I either imprinted or re-imprinted a belief.
That someone, i.e. my dad, had control over me.
That someone, my dad, had control over me.
And that I would never, maybe ever have enough.
And that I may never have enough.
That's how I felt back then. I didn't know whether I was going to get my money back.
That's how I felt right then. I didn't know if I'd get my money back.
And I still have this belief I might never have enough.
And I still have this belief that I may never have enough.
But I'm open to maybe letting this go now.
But I'm open to maybe letting this go now.
Good. Top of the head. This remaining fear of being controlled.
This remaining fear of being controlled.
Eyebrow. This remaining fear that I've been carrying.
This remaining fear that I've been carrying.
Side of the eye. This fear of feeling powerless around money.
This fear of feeling powerless around money.
Under the eye, this fear that someone or something has power over me.
This fear that someone or something has power over me.
That's what I grew up with, my dad having power over me.
That's what I grew up with, my dad having power over me.
These words okay, Karen?
Yeah, perfect.
Tapping the chin. But it's time for me to let this go.
But it's time for me to let this go.
Collarbone, because I am safe right now.
Because I am safe right now.
I'm just going to ask a question. You keep tapping your collarbone. I know you don't need to share with the whole group, but I do know a bit of your situation and what decision you've made lately. So I understand this taps into that. So it's a really good one to work on, about feeling like you've got enough at the moment. So is it okay? I'll keep tapping the collarbone. What's the number on the fear now? The anxiety or the fear of being controlled?
Maybe 3.
Great. Let's actually stop, because we can stop at any time and just check what's going on with everything. Maybe just take a conscious breath in and out. For the purpose of what we're doing, we're working through a memory. I do want to just test the whole thing out, and then we're just going to pull it together finally. So can you just start from the very beginning and just tell the whole story again, and let's see how you feel.
Okay, I was playing with my sister. She must have annoyed me, so I reacted and threw a ball at her, which hit her really hard. My dad reacted then and took money from me. That was his threat. I can't remember whether I got it back or not, but it was pretty traumatic at the time. His control and his force over me. Yep.
How are you feeling as you express that now? Thoughts, feelings?
Kind of a little bit calm, quite calm.
Calm. Okay.
It happened, it was done.
Okay.
It's over.
Good, it's over, it happened. So now let's just take a moment to just relate to moving forward in your life, or where you're at now, because you said you kind of are starting to have this belief that he's always going to, it's like this person, this man's always going to control you. And it was kind of linked to money. You said, I do have this belief that I'm never going to have enough. How strong is, let's check both out. How strong is the belief that you're always going to be controlled in some way by an external force?
5 maybe.
Because I understand there would still be some element to that, because we haven't gone into all the aspects, because the reality is sometimes we do feel we haven't got the power over some things.
Yeah, now it seems to be like the government, like it's not a single person, it's something.
Yeah. So it's relating to your now life and your now experiences of not having enough control maybe. But we're trying with the tapping to help you reframe things so you feel more powerful with the situation you've got, not powerless. Yeah. So one more question. So how strong is the belief now, I'm never going to have enough?
Maybe a 4, yeah, a 4.
Okay. Let's just finish up. Sorry to rush it, but I do want to try and get everybody to practice this as well. But let's do a little bit more on that. So we've sort of got 2 things. Normally I like to go with 1, but we'll maybe go with the one that's a bit higher, about feeling like you're always going to be controlled. Because I understand for you there's been recent events that have led you to do something which is in some ways very empowering, but there will be something else there. So where do you feel that belief still, that feeling of I'm always going to be controlled, i.e. I'm never going to really feel empowered and like I have enough? Where do you feel that?
In my chest, like heart kind of chest.
Heart. And is there a sensation there?
Tight, just a tightness.
Okay.
Like a heaviness sort of sitting on my chest.
And if you were to choose a different way of feeling around this, can we weave some positivity in there, some statements about how you would like to feel more of the time?
Yes, absolutely.
What words would you choose?
Just no restriction, no constriction around that heart, just normal, I don't know how to say it, lightness, normal.
Lightness. Okay, lightness. And what about the belief? So instead of feeling like you're never going to have enough or you're always going to be controlled by some external source, what could we put in that's realistic?
I'm not afraid that, or being content with what I have at the moment and be open.
Nice. Yeah. So content
that things might change.
Oh, good. So contentment's wonderful because that's like present moment, isn't it? It's like I'm content because I actually have. Do you believe you have enough at the moment? Yeah. So it's only the fear of the future, isn't it, that knocks you off, which is normal. So you said content and you said open to, what was it? Open to having
things may change.
Okay, great.
It might not always be this way.
Oh, good. And that's great because that brings the possibility factor in, doesn't it? And the frequency of energy changes, because as we know, we are our own creators in some way. We think that we're like pandemic now, it's like we feel controlled, but actually we're always free inside in some way. So shall we bring all this together?
Yes.
So back to the side of the hand. So even though I was feeling scared and controlled.
Even though I was feeling scared and controlled.
And guilty.
And guilty.
I'm now feeling more at peace with my past.
I'm now feeling more at peace with my past.
I'm open to honouring myself.
I'm open to honouring myself.
And where I'm at.
And where I'm at.
Good. So even though I had many incidences where I was controlled.
Even though I had many instances where I was controlled.
I'm now open to feeling more content with where I'm at now.
I'm open to feeling more content at where I am at now.
Empowered.
Empowered.
And knowing that things can always change.
And knowing that things can always change.
Right, top of the head. I choose to feel lighter in my heart.
I choose to feel lighter in my heart.
Eyebrow point. Open that things could change.
Open that things could change.
Side of the eye. I am actually feeling content right now.
I am actually feeling content right now.
Under the eye. I choose to know that things can change.
I choose to know that things can change.
Under the nose. I'm open to different possibilities.
I'm open to different possibilities.
Tapping the shin that I perhaps hadn't even thought of before.
Perhaps I haven't even thought of before.
Letting go of any heaviness in my heart.
Letting go of any heaviness in my heart.
Under the arm, being open to new possibilities.
Being open to new possibilities.
Knowing on some levels I always have enough.
Knowing on some level I will always have enough.
We might just stop there and just finish with your hands on your heart, just closing your eyes. How does the body feel? How does the heart feel?
Really peaceful.
And if you've got any particular image or anything that you'd like to connect to, a colour or a vision of how things could go moving forward in your life?
No, not connection. I've just got a warmth.
Warmth, great. So whatever's realistic for you, just feel that warmth. This is you, and knowing that you are open to things happening very differently to perhaps how you would have thought before. Feeling that warmth as you imagine breathing that around your body into the trillions of cells. So your body's in an environment of love and abundance and support. Feeling nurtured and empowered. And then just letting that go and just coming back into the room. Thank you, Karen.
Wow, thank you, Alison. You understand so well. Like everything you said was just spot on.
I'm really pleased for you because, as I said, you don't need to go into your story, but I have a lot of admiration for you. And by clearing, that distressing memory, it can interfere with you moving forward, knowing you can do this. and healing that part of you as well about your father. You know, when we have unhealed aspects to do with our mum and our dad, we're not able to really ever fully heal. So there may be more work to do on that, but thank you for being vulnerable and sharing with the group. There are some messages coming through that I would like to share with you. Jane says, borrowed healing for me, very relatable. So you see, you've helped others because other people will have connected. And then Vanessa says, so powerful. So thank you. I will stop the recording so we can open up for any feedback or questions, and you just sit and bathe in your warmth that you've created for yourself. Okay.